You can see is going on here is the fact that we've selected a small chunk of video from our bridge breaking, and we brought it down into the timeline for our bridge project. One thing with Final Cut Pro is that any project that you've created will be automatically saved, just like it was in iMovie for you as a 7th grader in the All About Me projects. It automatically saves, so when you're done you can always just exit Final Cut Pro and it should be saved for you. As long as you log back in on the computer that you were currently working with, the project should be there. I have my project titled Bridge, and what I can also see is that my project is a little over 1 second long. And it also shows here that it's a little bit over 1 second. And this is the most important 1 second of the video, in that it's that 1 second while the bridge begins to crumble and break, and well, it comes down and eventually rests on the table. So that's a good selection for my bridge breaking video, and that's what you're really targeting. Just that real short clip of what's actually breaking. If I hit the space bar, it'll play through here, and you can actually see that it is only 1 second long, even though it fills the entire timeline. In order to make sure your 1 second fills the entire timeline, a quick thing you can do is hit Shift Z, hold Shift down and hit the letter Z, and it will fill up your timeline with whatever it is you have down there, whether it's 10 seconds, 10 minutes, or just the 1 second clip you currently have. If you hit Shift Z, it'll fill up the entire viewable space for you. That way you can see your project. You can also use the slider bar in the lower right hand corner to zoom in and zoom out, and if I come down towards the minus, it'll make it look smaller on the window, and if I go towards the plus, whoops, yeah, if I go towards the minus, it'll make it smaller on the window, and if I slide up towards the plus, you can see by the cursor at the bottom here that it's going to be much, much longer and zoomed in on that clip. So a few ways to manage what you're looking at. Now, I'm going to actually minimize this a little bit, move my ball over towards the minus side, because what I want to do now is stretch this out so that way it gets slowed down. In order to do that, if you right-click on your video clip, so you can see it's selected, it has the yellow border, and I've also right-clicked on this clip, that clip of video. And if I come down here and hit Retime, you can also hit Command R to retime, so I'm going to select this. What it has now done is given me a green bar which says normal 100%, and it's titled Retiming. What this means is that the video is currently playing. It's what it's been recorded at. One thing we can do is take this and stretch it out, and by making this clip longer and longer and longer, we have now stretched it to a point that it's no longer going to be playing at normal speed. It's going to be playing at, well, you can see the percentage in the middle of the screen. 20% would mean it's playing at 1/5 of its normal speed, so it's much slower. If you see how this goes, the audio is going to get distorted, but you can also see that the clip is played much more slowly. Again, if you hit Shift Z, it'll squeeze it all back onto the screen so you can see the beginning and end points. It's currently playing at 20%, which is probably pretty good speed for you to be playing your clip at. I'm also going to mute this because the audio is so distorted it's no longer worth keeping. So if I play through here, I can see how my bridge begins to twist and break. Now, that's a good clip. I can also see that my clip is now only 6 seconds long. So it's 6 seconds and 12 frames long. I said we were aiming for about a 10-second clip. So what you can actually do with this is, if you choose to, stretch it out even beyond that and make it closer to 10 seconds. Let me zoom down here. And I can see I'm actually over a little 10 seconds here. So I'm going to come down to about 10 seconds, which is displayed right here. And my clip is now, if I hit Shift Z, I can see my entire clip, and it's going to fill an entire 10 seconds, about 13%. Now that depends on how long your original clip was and how long you've made it. So if you make it 10 seconds and you started with a 2-second clip, the percentage will look different. The percentage isn't all that important as long as you can slow it down and see the process of your bridge beginning to break. What I would do when I'm analyzing my film is to come through here and see what actually broke first. In my opinion, in what I'm seeing here, is right along the top edge of this bridge, I can see that the two pieces connecting across the top of this bridge are actually what came apart first. I can see both of these two braces, which is not a whole lot of bracing, popped off first, and then the bridge began to twist and come apart. So the bracing is important, and that's the one thing that I would later identify in this next video that I will show you how to perform. So stay tuned and watch part 3.